This is Mr. Beck Does Your Homework, AP Physics, Homework 5.2, question number 4. A block of mass 0.29 kilograms, so M equals 0.29 kilograms, is placed on a vertical spring of constant 6814 newtons per meter. So my K is 6,814 newtons per meter. And pushed downward, compressing the spring 0.07 meters. So my X, that's how much I compressed the spring, is 0.07 meters. After the block is released, it leaves the spring and continues to travel upward. The acceleration of gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. What height above the point of release will the block reach if air resistance is negligible? So what I have here is I've got a spring, and I take a block and I compress the spring so it's down here, and I put the block by pushing down. So I apply some force down that way, and I squeeze the block. Now I'm going to let it go, and that spring is going to return to its original length, and the block is going to be somewhere way up in the air. Now at this point, the block is completely up in the air. The spring is not compressed, so I know that my PE spring has gone away. It's going to have some PE grav up here, and it's not going to be moving because at its highest point, my kinetic energy is going to be 0 because it's going to come to rest at this highest point. At this point, it is compressed and cannot move. Yeah. So here it's all compressed. So here I've got some potential energy in the spring at this point. And it's not moving and it can't fall. So here I've got potential energy of the spring. Here I've got some gravitational potential. And this says above the point of release. So that's telling me that this is point of release. So this is where potential energy is 0. So I'm looking for this height here, h. Well, what I know is that here I've got some potential energy in the spring, here I've got some gravitational potential, and those two amounts of energy is going to be the same. So I would write energy is conserved so that my potential energy in the spring at the bottom is going to equal my potential energy of gravity later. So my 1/2 kx squared is going to equal my mgh. So this is my before. This is my after, and energy is conserved. Don't forget to get that point on the AP exam. So now I know K is 6814. My X is 0.07. My mass is 0.029. 0.29. So this is not 0.029, it's 0.29. And my G is 9.8. And H is what I'm looking for. So using this, you can solve for H. My height equals. Answer in units of meters, good.